me get this off.
They read the papers. They turned the vapors. They turned the haters. Cause I was major.
This is one of my
They
favorites.
told my neighbors. They read the papers. They were the haters. Cause I was major.
It's poetic though.
I've got a ton of feeling, fam. I'm past incredible. I'm like 100 milligrams, a half an edible. And I ain't even signed it yet. And I'm this good. You probably think a chick could. I wish a bitch would. We just got better games, so my team is clowning. Etta James, yeah, at last we get to sing about him. All these rappers come and go, cause I done seen 1,000. It's like your wedding day, the way I'm wrapping rings around him. TEEFA started the grill, I always come with fire. You gotta pardon my skill, I'm spitting jambalaya. Unless you Jigga or God, shorty, I run it by ya. Unless you Ziggy or Bob Marley, ain't nothing higher. They be all about that bull, but I be undeniable. My grandmama told me God would be my one provider.
She's such a fucking lady.
You know what's crazy though?
Something after.
Hey,
Yeah, we here.
Background.
her face
I'm
went right into the mold too though. Like she was hit the
She got
motherfucker with
rapper mode.
Right
Yeah.
into the mold,
Rapper
though.
hands the whole night.
You can't hit it. The rapper hands.
Hey, look, it's episode
Voice
138,
change and
man.
everything.
Chicago legendary rap
Oh my
artist,
God.
Hey.
radio personality,
Hey.
educator.
Come on
You
now.
know what I mean? She was in
Hey.
these streets.
Hey.
For real. outside.
Outside.
Yeah. Before it was a thing. Like, yeah, you can see TEEFA everywhere, hear her every night, you know what I'm saying? And she's just a beautiful spirit, man. So I've known you for a little while, man. So I've always appreciated your energy.
Thank you, bro. And it's
sure.
very mutual. I appreciate that.
It's an honor for me because I remember the first time listening to you on somebody else's tape. I was like, wait, ladies, right? And then I felt like the name of the group also kind of blew me. I was like, Infamous Syndicate.
Yeah.
Like, that's some more. First of all, that's some Chicago shit. But it was so neutral, it like drew me in. Like, oh, I do belong here. So I'm super excited to meet you
Thank
and
you.
talk to you. This is going to be fun.
Thank you. It's
And welcome
mutual.
to the Corner Convo.
Yeah, welcome.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I love the energy, man. Y'all got me cracking up already.
Oh, man. And I do have to say a shout out to Brian Gorman and the Hiphop Heritage Museum over here on 45th in Indiana. This is such a special place.
It's a gym.
Yeah.
And this is y'all first time here, right?
It is. I'm looking. I'm on these walls somewhere.
not on these
I'm on these walls
You
somewhere.
on these walls.
Would you tell me?
Wait, what just happened? Wait. You know I'm always thinking in numbers. What just happened?
I was outside, man.
He was outside. Yeah, he was outside. He was outside
Yeah.
too.
This shit crazy.
No, it's dope. When you look around, man, I'm glad we're here because today I just want to get into music. I want to get into where you've been, what you've been doing. You know, I know, but a lot of people don't know. You know what I mean? And it's just so nostalgic in here. I feel like I'm in the early 2000s right now. You know what I'm saying? With all the energy in the room.
Dope time in the city.
Yeah. I'm gonna find my
I
motherfucking
was
name.
gone. See, I hate the fact that I was gone doing a lot of basketball shit. I come back, y'all got all kind of connections. Everybody had a good time growing up. I'm looking like, fuck y'all, man. Y'all couldn't wait for me. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Jack.
It's
Did
all
nobody
good.
send me the bill up?
You know what? But when you walk into this place, though, I ain't gonna lie. We start setting up. I just start rapping.
You
I
can't.
start rapping like my shit ain't shit.
Facts.
No,
That's
he
true, you know
didn't
what I'm saying? But I
Wow.
sound good to me. That's what I'm gonna do. So
Love
I mean,
yourself, baby.
I have to. You know what I'm saying?
It is that kind of
Balance.
space though. Like it was. I came in. I stopped by because they're open, through the week until like 5 p.m. And I stopped by just to show some love and hang out a little bit, which is nice to have in your own community. It was a shorty here, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to rap." And so he was.
All right, eat his ass alive. Pause.
Oh my God! You trying to battle a kid?
Trying to battle everybody?
Yes, you can. Somebody got, the Lord
so
said,
Westside.
raise them up in the way they should go.
You so west
What you
side.
say, little nigga?
You so west side. But the adults kind of like encourage him to not be shy. Like, all right, well, say something. And so to have a
Right.
space where a child can kind of be comforted and like say what you have to say was super dope.
And
In my head, I was battling him too. I was like, I'll
you
take your
supposed
ass
to.
out.
You gotta teach
Take
these
you there.
babies the right way. Because the studio next door, the yoga studio, almost got this work. Almost wouldn't there. Start rapping.
I think
I
it's
did not read the address properly.
yeah, that's true. One shout out to Joe and B, but I think it's really dope for all artists of all ages to come and see us. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
think that Chicago is super unique, and a lot of times artists, creatives get kind of lost. Like, man, you know, I got influence from here, and this is what's popping. This is what I got to do to win. Like, just come see what Chicago talent really is. You know what I'm saying? And some of its rawest form. How did it grow? How did it progress over the years and over time? Like, I think that shit is like
That's
really
funny
important.
you said that because really quickly, I'm going to throw this in there. I was watching something. First of all, you know, you go on YouTube, you can go easily go down the rabbit hole and get lost. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. You look up, 3 hours are gone. I watched other places complain about the culture of their city not being what it once was. And I thought about Chicago like, damn, when, let's say when Steppin' went out, you know, soul music came right in. When soul music kind of played out, we were in the limbo for a while, and then drill came in. Chicago has been known for creating some of the biggest trends in the fucking country, man. So when TEEFA talking about y'all come see Chicago culture, fam, it's fluid in that sense because we are so fucking creative, and you gonna take something from somebody, you can take and make your own.
Yeah.
Just make sure
And
you pay homage
it's so
though.
diverse too. Like I feel like when drill music came out, and we got a lot of ladies in drill, which I'm super proud of.
Yeah.
And people were really hating on. I'm like, we just created a whole new genre of rap,
People
and
trying to
y'all are
copy it.
like literally the genesis of it is here in this city, and we need to celebrate that. And I think that's so amazing.
A lot of times, what I notice here, and I'm gonna go a little bit beyond music. I'm gonna say in music and in comedy and in art, I think people from the crib create what they need to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a fact.
yeah,
You
like
churching right now.
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that shit sometimes come from pain, come from trauma. Like, you know, Chicago is a dope city. Got two sides. And, you know, man, I'm just saying, you know, you got a side that is poorer and struggle, and you got a side that's not in that space. And you can have an amazing time on both sides. But the truth is, like, we get through a lot of the shit that we go through our art. Like, I feel like the soul beats and the soul music, it kind of came from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Drill rap. It came from that.
House music.
House music.
Well, no, we got it.
Can't like
We got
it's
it.
just multiple types of music that I feel like it really just comes
About the
from
blues.
our experiences.
Yeah,
Facts.
and thank you for talking about comedy because I feel like people sleep on Chicago comics.
Nigga, we got the
like
coldest
my
comedians.
God, it is insane. This summer we got something for you. We planning some fun stuff for the comics. Shout out Michi Hall and everybody at Francis Cocktail Lounge and Marlon and Corey
That's
Bell
right.
and
That's
Just Niche and Mike Stamp and D-Ray and everybody doing their thing.
Bald head.
My goodness.
He's so
Hilarious.
crazy.
We got some funny people.
You look at it though, how can you not have some form of comedian in your blood when you come from a city where you might end every other sentence with face ass?
You better laugh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, goof ass.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's not to start nothing. It's just, you know, like
That's
how
what
we
we
show
do.
love.
That's how we
Yeah.
talk. That's
Yeah,
how
but
we
the roasts
talk.
do be hurting though. let it be true.
Especially a good one out the blue.
Yeah,
That's all you
funny
did the
though.
other day, Joe.
Like I be with my, you know, my students, and you know, some of the teachers that ain't really from here and they ain't really
boy.
our shade. And the kid be like, walk away, be like, yo, goof ass.
Basically, they say
I
good
be like,
morning.
chill,
Right,
G,
right.
just- Don't do too much over it. It ain't that
Bro,
serious.
you goofy. You like, all right.
Did
Good
he
morning,
call me
student.
bro? I said, no, bro is the period. He's not
Right.
calling you bro. Bro is the
funny.
period or
Sometimes
the
you
start of the
say that.
sentence.
Right.
He's not addressing you as bro. Period.
Hey man, how was everybody's week? I'd like to know, you know, how your week was, because Saturday is the best day of the world for me, for us, because we get to.
You're welcome,
do what we
Amon.
do. Thank you for talking into the mic. I really appreciate
you
that.
know
Yeah. Let's just keep that going, okay? Thank you. Yeah, rookie hazing, it happens. Okay, you know, got to go through it.
Feel good about it.
How was your week, Tifa?
My week was good. It was super busy, but it was super lit. And some really dope stuff happened. You know, and I'm not the type of person where you be like, you know, how was your week? And be like, man, it was fucked up. This shit happened. This shit.
Right.
Like, it ain't that fucked up shit don't happen, right? But I like to highlight the dopeness so I can create more of it. I be really, really, really on that in that space. So I was busy, but it was some really dope stuff happened. Jay Ivy came to my school
Love Jay.
and talked to
The
some
business,
kids
let the
yesterday.
babies hear that.
Man, really, really, really
It was
dope.
Jay Ivy Day like 2 days ago, right?
It was yesterday, actually,
yeah.
for his birthday. Yep, the city commemorated March 3rd as Jay Ivy
Got Jay
Day.
Ivy Day.
Yeah, he coming on the show. Don't worry about it.
So this brother got to be dope because he created his own award category.
And then won it.
Right, niggas own.
Yo,
What's going on here?
Chicago though.
That's the dope, like, that's the dope part of it. Like, he really made history.
Yeah.
He created a lane to make history,
Yeah.
not for just himself,
But others.
but for others as well. Like that, the patience that it takes, the planning and the preparation, the
Persistence.
support of his wife, Tari Teray, like it's really, really amazing. And that just goes to show you could really do dope shit through your art that not only serves you, but serve your people moving forward. So yesterday was really, really dope, man. It was a busy week, but it ended on a big high. And then I went to Soho House. I met Chance for the first time.
Oh, so you know about Chance?
Yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah, that
what's
was my first time
Flex.
meeting Chance. I saw my brother Terry
Humble
Hunter.
brag.
Terry Hunter, yeah.
I saw
Terry Show.
Grav. I saw Verse. Yeah, I saw a bunch of, you know.
I saw
I
Verse.
saw the
at,
usual suspects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Verse had just got off a plane, and we was shooting something with Dave Jeff, and he had walked in, and we chopped it
I
up.
saw
from
Dave.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
excited to see Dave.
That's what's up.
Yeah, slid in my little, hey, you know, the fest is coming.
Yeah,
I have music.
let's do something. Let's do something.
You got to operate that way, though. You
Actually,
have to.
low key, holla at Kende.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll tell you off. Yeah. Kende, what up? Okay.
Yeah.
How was your work, Big AB?
Man, the week,
pause. That was massive.
my work. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Fix it in post.
First of all, it's not going to be like you can just say what you just said.
Nah, bro, it's all good. I've never tell you about my work, bro. It's not necessary for you to know. But the week was good, man. You know, I've always been a helper, much as I don't. Much as I'm a selfish motherfucker because I'm a mom's boy, I'm spoiled. Look here, I don't mind helping those that need help, man.
I
And
love accountability.
man, look here, I'm stingy.
Bro.
I can't
You
help
are
it.
stingy.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate you. The most wonderful woman in the world. Give my mama some love for that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, they had the election this week, and I'm not going to go too deep into that topic because we got something about that a little bit later in the show, but I'm a field investigator for the polling places, you know what I'm saying? And you would not believe the complaints people come up with at these places. Like, my job is to make sure everything works properly so the votes can get there, whatever, whoop, bam. You know what I'm saying? I get off work, I get my investigator bag, get my tool. First of all, we have a Nokia phone that flips that bitch weigh about 10 pounds. It's a barbell curl. Bro, it's unreal. I got a picture. I'll put the picture so you can put it in the show, bro.
Yeah.
So,
You got a drone
Nokia.
remote.
yeah, I swear, man. I'm like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? I had the phone from 5 o'clock until 11 at night. When I turned it back in, 99% charge. I say, what kind of battery is this bad boy? Unreal. You know, we got these mini computers we got now, they dead after an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to work it, but
Damn, G, that was a weapon.
one complaint was this, though. They called me to a spot, and they said, hey, I don't like him. The fuck you calling me for? What we do about that? I said, look here, y'all, I'm not a therapist, but can y'all get along? Y'all want this money? Can y'all get along? Don't talk to him.
Oh, this
Don't
was
talk
at
to
the
him.
polling place? Like the
Yes,
people in
people
polling?
working there.
They were seniors?
They
No,
were
they was
being
people 40.
paid to be.
Oh,
They
my
were
goodness.
Chads and Karens. You already know it. They was Chads and Karens.
Oh, my goodness.
All day long. Another guy called and said, hey, man, it's a computer in this box that we get every year, but nobody's using it. I'm waiting for the question.
He want to take him home.
Yeah. And I'm already tired from working 9 hours the night before. I say, well, continue not to use it. You'll be okay. Just
Continue not to use
We won't be
it.
mad.
Yeah, I'm not taking none of
Leave it in
that.
the box.
And the last complaint, I felt really bad for a guy. You know, a person that's been drinking their whole life, they can be completely sober, take one sip, and then they waste it all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You feel, hit them right back again. People that abuse substances, I promise you, they can be sober, but they got the mannerisms. They got the motherfucker, they got the crackhead mannerisms and shit. It's like, all right, cool. They call me, say, man, this dude up here, he laying, he walking across the street, he might be drunk or high. This is Chaz and Karen's complaining again. I get there, I see what it is immediately. You know what I'm saying? The whole way there, what do black folks say when something crazy happen? And it's an offender. Somebody has done
hope
something.
they not black.
I hope they not black. The whole drive, I'm looking like, man, I hope this brother ain't black. I hope he ain't black. I get there, he was white. I start celebrating. I say, yeah. Yes. God damn it. I skipped out the goddamn car. Let me go ahead. Let me go and talk to this man. I walked up on the road, you know what I'm saying? Real quick, the hood synopsis. He don't smell like liquor. He don't look how eyes ain't glossy. He say, they called you on me. I was like, yeah, man. Chaz and Karen's looking. I said, well, come over here. Let's talk like some adults. I say, what's up, you tired? He say, no, I got shot my leg 3 times. I can't stand still too long. I say, bro, say less. Go back to what you was doing. Stay out Chaz and Karen's. I call them Chaz and Karen's for real. Stay out Chaz and Karen's way. You'll get your money. Go talk to Buddy. You're going to be good. You know what I'm saying? I came back out. I said, but when you get done with this hand out your flyers and campaign and all this, get your money. Go get what you need, bro. All right? Go what you need. Get behind closed doors. I didn't say what it was, so you can't say I'm a bad person. Go get what you need so you can relax, all right? Holla. And they never called me after that, and I was so fucking happy, man.
He got shot 3 times in the leg.
In the leg. And they say, I can't stand still so long because it hurt. I know somebody just like that. You gotta move.
Nerve damage.
You gotta
Sounds
move.
like
You know what I'm
nerve
saying? But
damage.
people that's not from where we're from wouldn't understand that.
That's crazy.
Can I just say something real quick? Bro, you do not look like a polling place investigator. You got your hat broke off. You got on a do-rag.
Yeah.
And a hoodie.
Yep.
Pretty nice though.
It's all nice, but I'm just saying,
No.
you supposed to be low-key, like you the secret investigator. Because I would never expect.
When I tell you what he do,
Get a vote.
when I tell you what he do, you're not even gonna think he's that. You know what I'm saying? Like he keeps the city safe.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm one of them guys. One of the good ones though.
That's what's up.
One of the good ones though, absolutely.
That's what's up.
There's a bunch of gangbangers on police departments.
Oh, you are just putting them out there.
Yeah, no, it's real shit.
Yeah, that's true.
My star has 5 points on it.
Exactly. Hello.
There you go.
Okay, all right. Rack City.
Believe that. Out west.
Shout out Rack City and Fintown.
West Side Finest, baby. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Mila, how was your week?
My week was good. It started off, we slid through the culture ball.
Fire.
So that was
Shout out.
Fire.
I hate I
amazing
missed
night.
that.
It was a great night, seeing everybody being honored. Fast forward to Monday night, I slept under the viaduct with the friends in Inglewood, Barbie, and that was an experience. And I invited my shorties out, and they were like, "Yeah, no thank you."
They got Wi-Fi, microwave. No, we good.
No, thank you. So it did kind of inspire me to take in like how our city is shaped for everyone of whatever economic background. Like some people have jobs, they just can't afford a place to live. Or some people have, issues, whether it's emotional or mental or drug abuse issues, and they find themselves in these situations. And I've been homeless and houseless. I lost my shit in the flood. And so I had to live in someone else's house for 30 days, and that's not comfortable. You're always trying to figure out, like, how do I have my own and keep my own? And real talk, like, some of us is a paycheck away from being fucking evicted.
Oh, my mama.
So being out there humbled me in such a way where I realized what is a privilege. Darkness and silence. Literally being able to like close a door and shut the world out. Trying to sleep when it's a constant glow of light or like
Under the expressway too.
yeah, it's and so you
Anybody
hear
can walk up to you.
right.
Yep.
So your senses are unnerved. Like you're constantly on even though you're trying to relax. Or like you hear the trucks, you feel the trucks because it's constantly shaking. You smell it. You know what I mean? Like it's the oddest place to try and relax. But the people out there were so kind and loving and accepting. I look forward to like supporting her initiative and identifying a shelter. Because again, most people that are homeless in Chicago look like us. You know?
They get
And
tattoos, right?
and we be called, huh?
You getting tattoos away?
Oh yeah, so okay. Like it was a
That blew
chiropractor.
me a little. I'm like, okay, cool.
It was a
Massage
chiropractor.
parlor,
Really?
like, yeah.
I thought you were cracking a joke.
No, it was a whole party.
So
It was a
deadass.
vibe.
Let me
Yeah,
be
for real.
transparent. Like it's professionals that go out there and provide services for those who are the friends. So there was a chiropractor offering adjustments. There was somebody with a massage gun. It's people. It is people that cook food for them every night. There was a tattoo artist out there. Inking people up. Like they have access to the services that we have services to. And so you have a bit of dignity and humanity for being able to participate in the regular world. And I will say, shout out to having a toilet and a porta potty and water. Because what makes you human is having a place to actually, in private, go to the restroom and then have fresh
Wipe
water
your
to drink.
ass.
So she's doing... she's pushing the envelope with what it means to like show up for your community and walk the walk and talk the talk. So she's out there sleeping every night. She got her own tent and she literally stays there at night. And she's looking to raise $1 million to, create a shelter, buy a place, infrastructure, so that she can serve, in a different capacity.
Right.
It'll happen. I don't think that. I think that it's gonna happen because of the spirit that she moves in.
Yeah.
When you make something what you're doing about other people and helping, other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People slid through. Vic Mensa was out there. This was his
I saw
second
that.
time coming out there. Shout out to 93 Boys. And it was some other people that fell through. I think Brandon Johnson came out there before because it was like the night before the election.
Right.
So she's bringing awareness. And I just hope that we all, like in 2023, acknowledge, like, we got to pull up on corners. Like, we literally have to pull up, show up, and do what it is that we say we are about. Like, that's the only reason the city gonna change.
Can I say this real quick though? If
No.
I am homeless, right? If I am homeless, I don't think I'm worried about getting a tattoo. You know how comfortable you have You know how much you have to accept your circumstance? In my opinion, so I've never been homeless. Accept your circumstance to feel like, hey man, if I can get this tattoo, man, you know what I'm saying? Like all the things you just named about sleeping, being unnerved, always being sensory aware because you have to be, you know. I think tattoos would be last on my list of things to do.
Fair.
Yeah, no, I'm getting tied up. Fuck you mean?
What you get, a Jordan Jumpman?
All that. Whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
It depends on where you at in life, you know? Because you got some young people that are homeless too. And like she said, just being able to feel like you fit in and you're a part of, you know, society and what's going on and what you see happening, like that can mean a lot to somebody.
Facts.
A lot more than people. We take advantage for simple things that we are able to go out and do. We don't, you know, we take it for granted. Not take advantage of it. We take it for granted. So I think that's dope.
Yeah, I remember I got checked by a homeless guy, and we don't. And here in Chicago, she doesn't call them homeless; she calls them the friends. And I like that kind of like balances out some, you know, hierarchy. And so I'm coming from a steakhouse, and the dude, he was like, you know, do you have any money, anything to eat? And I was like, oh yeah, you can have the rest of my meal. And so this is pre-COVID. And so he looks at it and he gives it back, and he was like, I can't eat that. And I was like, ugh. Offended, unmitigated. I was like, beggars can't be choosers. And he turned around, he was like, it's steak. I don't have teeth, bitch. Oh, excuse me. You can't eat it.
My bad.
That's too I didn't know where you was going there. That's funny as hell.
You want me to slice the shit out.
But now it's like politics. He opened it and looked at it. Do I take it back and eat
You
it?
gotta go to garbage now. It's over with.
Yeah, you know, it's a wrap. So now we both fucked up.
Real quick, man.
Right.
I want to
Nice
give
snack.
a rest in peace to the officer that was shot.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What you got his name, Bossy? Or did you even know?
It was Andres Vasquez Lasso, and the details of what they are, it's all been over the news. You know, I try to tell these young cats, you know, I'm the old black man. I'm Uncle AB on the force, OT. I get respect when I come through. Yeah, I mean, I did work for so long. I did it the right way. If I caught you red-handed, you won't get no ass, you won't get nothing, but you just know you caught, bro. You ain't forget no extra shit. You don't forget what it was. We got to a point where now I'm policing these people's children or interacting with their kids, and it's respect for the most part. But in that situation, man, I try to tell young cats, you ain't got to go grab every gun. You know, a lot of domestic situations. Thank you for stepping in and helping this woman out. Second of all, dude was 18. Shorty was 37. The girl from 37 looking like, that's pretty weird. In our community, somebody would have made sure there was a highlighted point. It was a different community, so they're not saying about that age difference. Very creepy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you don't got to go get every bad guy every time. A lot of times, these people come back to the same place they're familiar with. And the way he ran from the police, he ran a goddamn circle. The scary part for me was he ran to the playground, started shooting with them babies out there. I don't care what color them babies was, they were still babies. They deserve a chance, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, he lost his life trying to do something. This guy was screaming like, kill me to the police. I'm like, that's where you know you really deal with a motherfucker that's unstable mentally. Whatever reason you do it. And he was a recruiter for the gangs out south for the shorties. He got caught last year a couple times with the shorties in his car, teaching them how to shoot.
Oh my
Damn.
God.
Teaching them how to shoot. Because you know, we just found an underground gun range in Chicago. Nobody know about it.
Wow.
Except people that need to know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this ain't nothing new. We from the, man, I was born in 78, grew up in the 80s, matured mentally on these streets in the 90s. This is nothing new. When I tell motherfuckers, yo, I survived the 90s. Y'all talking about crime now in 2020 and 10s. Bro, the 90s was OC.
Insane. Oh, and it was Homie the Clown in the
the
in the
Raping
van.
Man.
And the Raping
Yo,
Man.
he came outside my school when I was in grammar school.
I remember that. What?
Dead ass.
Did y'all
my
jump his
friend
ass?
freaked out screaming. Nah, she.
Nobody. We don't trust vans to this day. Fuck the Astro Van Club.
I say all to say this though. To the young officers that do listen to the show, because I know they do listen to the show, I get feedback from them. We try to tell, you look at me and say, man, he don't do shit no more. And you motherfucking right. I don't do a thing anymore. But I want you to get to the point where somebody can look at you and say, hey, he don't do shit no more. You know why? Let me you 19 years, 20 years of the game. You still get a paycheck. You home to your family, your loved ones, your friends. You enjoying the day parties, the pool parties, trips to passport bros, trips to the DR, you know what I'm saying? Trips to the DR, right. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
Your little trick off money, because we all work these overtime days, man. You can't spend this if you're in the grave. You know what I'm saying? So just be smart, be mindful.
Like police in a way that makes sense. So my mom's partner, my mom finished 27 years CPD.
Salute.
And her partner actually was off duty, and there was a man still in a television, and he, chased and dude turned around, shot him in his head.
Yeah, let him go.
And I thought to myself, like, you're off duty.
Yeah.
You know, like when do you stop?
When are you off?
Yeah, when are you off? And my mom still, my mom be like, well, you know, my weapons. I'm like, Ma, you 72. Happy birthday, Mom. Like,
Hey,
72.
Happy
I said,
birthday.
That's a big deal.
No one's run up on you. You've never had to pull your weapon out. Like, you're safe. You're fine. Like, let us take care of you now. Like, you don't really need to, you know, have all these weapons around. Now you worried about grandkids and like who's gonna find what. Like now you can really, really retire. And so I do feel bad for people who are first responders because there's like there's no off switch, it seems like ever. It's like y'all just keep being on.
It's PTSD too.
Yeah.
On both sides.
I need everybody that's not strapped up, that don't have the glizzy, that don't have concealed carry. Sorry.
How much booty you
Get that? No, it's the eating ass, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How much? Yeah.
Absolutely, you know what I'm saying? Look, I gotta slow down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good.
Don't do that.
You got your fix right before the show.
Look here, man. Look here. I work hard, bro. Work hard, play hard. Risk lethal.
I'm
You know what I'm
glad we
saying?
popped a min or something.
Anyway, man.
This always ends up a part of the show in some way.
Because y'all be on weird shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all just be careful. If you got people out here that's not afraid to shoot the police, it's more frequent than you think.
Yeah.
If you get people out here that's not afraid to shoot the police, you need to be careful.
So, TEEFA, I want to get into music with you, right? I want to start with, where do you see hip hop now? And first, where do you see Chicago hip hop?
That's a good question. I'm kind of trying to figure that out right now.
Okay.
I think that in Chicago, I think that a lot of artists that have been quiet, like myself, have been trying to figure out how to reapproach music. You know what I'm saying? I even kind of heard Parquet kind of talking about that.
Shout out to my boy, Parquet. What up?
Absolutely. And then, you know, even knowing my sister, Shauna, you know, we have these conversations too. It's just that,
Hey, girl, hey.
you know, the industry is a lot different in a lot of different ways. Even Rhyme Fest, we just have a conversation like this too. One, the way that music is consumed is way different. Two, the amount of music that's being put out is way different. The sound is way different. The content, what we talking about, is way different. So it's just, I think a lot of people are trying to figure out how to be authentic, you know, and still be, have progressed and continuously learning, you know what I'm saying, new ways to get down and, you know, express themselves musically. So I feel like it's definitely shifting back to some what we would call more, you know, purist hip hop, going back to the bars, back to the lyrics. Because I think a lot of those MCs came from Chicago. A lot of those rappers and artists came from Chicago.
I.E. Juice. You know what I mean? Twan Gabs. You know what I mean? Billa, shout out. I mean, shit, list can go on and on.
The list goes on. It really does go on and on.
For real, like, yeah.
So we got a lot of that came from here. So I feel like we getting back to a space where we're going to hear more of that, right? Because a lot of people been real silent as the drill rap, you know, was in the forefront and still is. And then even more pop sound music, more R&B, a lot of rappers doing more singing now. And I think it's dope, but I'm just talking about more so in a space where the bars have more of a fulfilling content or a message, I would say, versus just a party kick it. And I'm not mad at that because I do that too. As far as where it's going, as far as like hip hop overall in the world, man, you know, I think we going to a place where your music can't just be the music. It got to be something else with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's inspiring that? Like, is it like documentaries? Is it art? Is it
real life?
It gotta be
yeah,
what?
like
Production. You gotta
what
have
else is
dance,
attaching
really.
to
It's
it?
culture,
gotta
it's
have dance.
fashion.
Yeah,
the
like
social gotta be popping.
There's a lot of
books.
shit going on now.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to a place where it's not just about just the songs that you continuously drop. And so a lot of people are kind of shifting and getting comfortable with that and figuring out what they look like in that space. And I think that people are getting to become more free. Like, people trying different shit, you know? a lot of us come from a space where we really felt like we had to spit a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, and we couldn't grow into what we hear the younger generation doing.
Like
and
rapping off beat.
I love that shit though.
But
I love it too, but it's
I love
like
that shit, man.
but you know, the singing, you know, a lot of different things. So I think that we all kind of stepping into a space where we trying those different things too. You know, so I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like. I don't even want to set no expectation for it because I feel like I wasted time as an artist trying to say, oh, I got to sound or look or do this.
So
you know what I'm
you
saying?
really
Versus
saying-
embracing where I'm at.
I gotta jump right in for a second. So I had things I want to talk to you about, but you hit on some points. So I gotta ask you this now. So I'm gonna put you in the motherfucking DeLorean, like Back to the Future. Take you back, take your age back in time. She's still a baby. She's 25. You know what I'm saying? But you are Young Miami's age now. Just imagine, hypothetically, you are Young Miami's age. You are Coyle Ray's age. You telling me that you'd still be the bar artist you are right now, seeing the bag that these young ladies are getting out, the female MCs now are getting, you still be the bar artist, and knowing that a sister is coded, Rhapsody coded hell. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that Rhapsody could rap, got bars, ain't getting the pub or the bag that these femcs getting. You still do the same thing?
Well, you know what? I think it's about the business. Like, it's artists out here that's millionaires that aren't signed to labels. But it's about ownership. You know what I'm saying? And then it's about monetizing more than just the music. You can't really monetize the music like that no more, bro.
Right.
Like, you're not really making no money off streaming. When I drop my project, I'm not streaming that shit. The shit that I'm giving now, those buzz records, those records I'm dropping now are to reconnect with my audience and connect with a new audience. When I drop my shit, they not gonna own that. That shit coming out on my website.
Right.
And my fan base can come to my website. So I'm not gonna do anything that I feel like is not authentically me to get to the bag. No.
It could still be you.
It can, but I'm saying if they do certain things that I feel like are not me, like if Rhapsody don't feel like she want to move in that space, or TEEFA feel like she don't want to move in that
They got
space,
to, right.
But it's other ways that I could get to the bag and I can monetize what I do. You know what I'm saying? To have a certain type of ownership over what I do.
Yeah.
That and then too, like I feel like a lot of times, man, niggas that be flashing shit, them niggas ain't really got that shit like that. They don't own that shit like that.
operating in the red.
Niggas that got money they ain't trying to flash. Them niggas gone. You barely see them.
Right.
You see them when they gonna drop something. And you know what? That shit be like the fucking Wu-Tang album. That shit $100 for the album. I'm just saying, like, I feel like, you know, you gotta really know what we looking at and what we watching. Like that glitz and glam, that shit don't move me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a mom. I'm trying to build legacy and generational
But that's why I
wealth.
bought the money up. You see what I'm saying?
But
That's why
I
bought
don't
the
know
money
that
up,
that's
though.
money.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might not be cash.
That's the thing. I don't
might
know
be
that
debt.
that's money.
Those are gifts.
That's what I'm saying.
Some of these motherfuckers really got it, though. Some of them really do got it. I don't trust Google. I trust half of what I see, less of what I hear. I really don't know shit, so I can't trust what the fuck I know. You know what I'm saying? But
So we can't trust you at all.
not at all. Not even. And I'm 12. So, really,
what the fuck
trust
happening
down
right
to
now?
zero.
Right,
No,
I'm
but,
12.
but some of these people, you know, certain people in the game. I do security going around the country sometimes for celebrities, and you see these people, and you be like, damn, like I did security for Chris Brown and Lil Baby. I be forgetting what the fuck I do. I do so much. That man.
Chris Brown probably got it.
The baby came through with the money
That
calls.
nigga,
He put
paying.
2 bags down, and you can tell who really ain't seen money before. This one lady, sister, look, I hope you're doing better now. But she always went into the shop. She opened the bag up, there was nothing but money in there. I'm like, oh, she finna fucking steal some shit. Girl, don't do it. Don't do that shit, man. For real, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of these artists I see, they would be like, oh, man, he ain't shit. You know, he really can't, not he ain't shit, because you do your thing in your own lane. You know, it's a new day. I got respect. What the fuck y'all do? Y'all do it better than me. But I'm like, man, they really ain't got nothing. Man, these motherfucking bags be full of money. I'm looking like Joe. But it could be loan, advancement, could be all that. You know what I'm saying? But
It could be
I see
one.
what
You
you're
know
saying,
what?
though.
It's almost like they do at the strip club. They put the hundreds on the front and it's ones in the back.
I do that shit and I don't even strip.
Yeah, it just be a lot. Like I even think, like I think about like people like Meek Mill.
Okay.
Like it would be, and I'm not saying he don't got it. I think he do got it. But I appreciate his transparency and how fucked up his situation
Yeah,
was.
he did tell us. He telling us everything now.
So we were made to believe it was way sweeter than what it was. They were making way more money off his music than what he was.
Yep.
But you couldn't tell that by looking at it.
Video.
That's the
none of that
facade.
shit. You right.
You know, I
Facts,
don't
preaching.
know who owns what with Young Mommy or anybody. I don't know what the fuck.
Right,
You know what
point.
I'm saying? So I don't look at that like that shit don't move me.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I guess I would say some people are different. Different people do it for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to build generational wealth, but I ain't trying to break myself down trying to
get
look
it.
a certain
Yeah.
way
Facts.
for other motherfuckers either.
Facts.
I
Which is
respect
true for
that.
any
I respect
industry.
that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I respect that. Because I mean, I heard you say, and maybe I'm misquoting you, but
Probably. Yeah.
something in reference to women naturally exude sexiness, right? So you don't have to overdo it, right?
Yeah.
And you say, well, if Tifa wants to do that, I'll do that when I'm ready, right? When I'm
Yeah.
comfortable, right? And I love that because at the end of the day, I don't feel like you ever sold yourself, like to get the bag to be, Lil' Kim or Cardi or whoever, right?
Kim actually
The
rap, though.
over sexualized shit, like I hate that shit.
Yeah. I mean,
I think this shit is trash. You know what I'm saying?
like if I go back to I did an album called Grown Ass Woman.
Yeah.
And I got songs on there where I'm talking about some shit where I ain't necessarily talking about sex, but I'm talking about feeling myself and feeling comfortable in my femininity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you definitely gonna feel that vibe and that energy. But it was authentic. It was true. It was the space that I was in. It wasn't some shit where I was like, oh, I need the sexy song on my album.
Right.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck that.
Right.
There's so many other moments that we could connect to in life. Like, I feel like wherever you fucking feed, that shit grows.
Yeah.
There's so many ways that you could connect to people. That shit is low-hanging fruit. It's easy, and everybody doing it.
Yep.
I feel like when Little Kim came out, it was like a time for young women to kind of really own their own sexuality and sensuality. That's the difference between like her presence in rap and then everybody who's kind of like following behind. Because I can remember like women talk like that. We could talk about this, and because men have been making songs about having sex with us and what they do to us, and it sells. And now she's talking about the other side, and I'm like, oh, this is dope. Now it feels.
It just feel like an end, like a way to get in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean,
Because it sells.
I think for women that's really, really on that, then I love it because that's an honest part of them.
Yeah.
Right? And they being authentic. But if you using it as a marketing tool or a ploy to attract people to you, you gonna have to show up as that motherfucker every time.
Oh my God.
So
So
that's
it's
why I say my authenticity to me and my happiness is way more important than that. I'm not finna explain that shit to my child.
Yeah.
Why you turn for 30
Like,
minutes straight, mama?
I saw your nipple on the picture.
Right, like what the fuck?
Right. I'm with you on
And he
that.
or she's gonna get cooked at school. You know what I'm saying?
It better be a really nice nipple though.
Yeah, so I just
I mean, my shorty, like, I got a pass. My shorty's like, yeah, my mama good. They can't wait for me to give a talk up at that school.
But see, that's that misconception though that you can't be on the male side. To me, on the male side, I hate to split up because rap is rap, you know what I'm saying? But the world, society competes, compares everything. On the male side, they always told you backpackers couldn't be trappers, they couldn't be, they couldn't gangbang on the track. For women, it's like you can't be a bar artist and be sexy. And people look for examples, and it's hard to find them. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You can't be a bar artist and present the same kind of sexiness or sex appeal that the people that go out and intentionally sell sex do. And I ain't shitting on ones that do because
I'm trying to think of something too, like-
okay.
I mean, Rhapsody would be in there. The Bahamadia of the world.
Yeah, because I
bar
I
artists, but not
confess.
selling sex.
Yeah, but not selling sex.
You see
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
But
Go ahead.
Lauryn Hill.
Facts.
Sexy where? Like
You
selling
didn't
sex where?
find. I'm saying she didn't sell sex, but she is sexy.
Let me see if I can explain this shit correctly.
What's the girl from
You can never be a bar
Planets?
artist. I think you know
I know
what?
what
I think the only person I think can do it, in my opinion, has done it is Nicki. I think Nicki can rap.
Yeah.
And Nicki sells
Okay.
sex. That might
Fair.
be the outlier to
Yeah.
me. You know
I
what I'm
can-
saying?
okay, now I
You see the
understand what
example
you're
I'm saying?
saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm terrible explaining shit. That's how you know I don't do work.
No, but you.
That's
It
why
was
you know I
like
don't do
I
work.
needed an analogy.
I don't do no goddamn work. I'd be like, hey, pull over, leave. You know what I'm saying? Fuck over the police officer. He drunk. Shit, man. Yeah. That makes sense now, though.
No,
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah,
No,
like
yeah.
a very feminine woman who
And
also
being-
can rap
and
and
being
then can
successful
also
at
rap
it.
about all the things.
It's hard to
and-
find that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I
think
feel
if
that.
you can find that hybrid, I think there's one. You find a hybrid, she'll get hate, she'll get love, But where do you go from there?
Yeah,
So I think you can rap. I really think you can rap. I really think you can rap. You know what I'm saying? I think you could be the sexy person if you want to, but like you said, you don't really want to. But so, I mean, you
No,
showing.
I didn't say that I didn't want to. I said I want to do it when it's authentically
you.
But
where
then it's
I'm
also
at.
like, what's
Right.
sexy? You know, like, because
I'm so happy you said
like,
that. Because
what-
people have different meanings of
Yes.
shit.
Right.
I just did a post about that. People have different meanings of shit. People view love differently, friendship, success. So what is sexy?
Shit. Well, what America says it is now. Nobody. I knew we were lost when the term woke, modern, masculine, and feminine became like weapons to use in conversation. Like, bro, woke was not even a compliment, but it was like, hey man, I'm acknowledging you. Modern was like, up to date. Now it's like it's a diss. So I don't know what the fuck sexy is anymore. I know what sexualization is. I know what sexualizing somebody is. I know what sexuality is because they make sure to put that shit in your fucking face every day.
So here, let's rebrand the word. Sexy is different to everybody.
Yep.
Because you know what? I know a lot of men that are attractive, but I don't want to hear you talk.
Talking about me?
And that shit is not sexy.
Goddamn talk. Talk about my goddamn speech already.
No, I'm for real.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
And you know, have that energy like, shit, I know you. Like, nigga, no. I don't.
Look good standing there.
And it's but to somebody else.
I'm scared you gon' open your mouth. Like, I don't even want to talk. Or a motherfucker, you be in a conversation trying to figure out, like, maybe, and then be like, yeah, I understand what you mean. You saying this? I'm like, no, that's not what I mean.
Oh, I'm gonna say, yeah.
I think articulation
understand.
is important to me. I think that's sexy.
It's key.
Yeah, for me.
That's what I'm saying. So for
3 points.
me, I'm a sapiosexual. I'm attracted to a motherfucker that's intelligent.
what?
A motherfucker that's
Sapiosexual.
creative.
Yeah.
Right? A motherfucker that know how to articulate their thoughts and ideas, even if we bump heads. That pushes my
Ooh, and
thinking.
use the right word in the right context.
Yeah.
That's attractive.
Can I say Jules?
No,
to turn you off?
No.
All
Like
these?
someone said,
I need
like,
to ask all them words.
I want you to be Pacific.
Depend on where we
I
at.
was
Yeah,
like,
that part.
that's not
Right.
That's
You
the
been
whole
like,
shit.
nigga.
What if you mean like you want that coochie wet?
No, but he was talking about words.
But where are we? Where are
Yeah,
we?
like, what's
Context.
going
Where are
on?
we?
There's no wrong time to get it from your girl, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
No, I mean, but like, what point? Where are we? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's
Conversation,
happening
yeah.
right now?
Yeah, like you just didn't realize that somebody just
shit.
don't have that word in that lexicon. I was
get you.
arguing with this dude. He was like, drop the garb. I was like, isn't garb like clothing? And then it took me a couple of weeks, and I was like, he meant jargon. Garb. I get it, but I
hope you rev
don't.
him.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit is that's not sexy to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not making those connects, a lot of artists in the industry. Like, they nice to look at, but you not smart.
Right.
And I've had a lot of people say, like, even when I go to work, it doesn't matter what I wear. It's like, why you gotta be so sexy? What am I doing? I'm not doing anything.
You embrace you, that's sexy. You know what I'm saying? You embrace yourself. That's
If I
sexy.
actually put effort into looking some kind of way,
Talking
then people
shit.
like, you
Come
do
on,
too
talking
much.
shit, then. Come on. You talking shit.
Well, I just put on some eyeliner. Like, that's way too much. You and them lashes, that's too much. You trying too hard. It's like, what? That's not sexy. So it's interesting what's sexy to people. Like, I remember when I shaved my head, right? And I had a bald fade. I think a lot of women go
Were
through
you
that.
liberating yourself?
Man, no, I just wanted 360s to be fly. Y'all look fly with 360s. I was like, man, I could do this. And plus, what better way to pull a dude than go to a barbershop?
That's some pimp. That's some more
I
time
left
pimp
with
right
it.
there, though.
I left with it.
You learning all the game.
Yeah. That's heavyweight pimping. I like that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
pimping.
learning
All
all the
the
time and coming out looking all scruffy, and then I get lined up, and you under the thing, and they pull it off, and they be like, oh shit. I was like, meet me at the skybox.
Damn.
My shift started at 7.
Do we care? Do we care about Maino choking this YouTuber as a rapper? You know what I mean? He said some wild shit.
I think that shit was healthy.
I don't know.
We're gonna disagree.
I'm with you. I'm kinda
We're gonna
with you.
disagree.
That wasn't staged.
I don't know. But I thought about that shit. First I was like, damn, why he choked that? But I was like, you know what? Some motherfuckers need to learn boundaries through actions.
Run up, get done up.
And
Okay.
I also think that there is a group of people and I don't want to just say young, because it's some from our age group as well, that have
Right.
not learned certain social cues or just certain things
on,
that are
social
not
cues.
okay. Like, you just don't do certain shit. And some people act like, well, I'm going to get on because I'm going to do the shit that most people don't do and I'm going to tape it. No, you're going to get fucked up sometimes. It's not okay.
Take that
And
L.
that was that moment. He did the wrong shit with the wrong person. Like, move differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just...
And he stiff-armed him, too. Like,
And he
just
kept him there.
kept him down.
Stop
Like, I
fucking- stop
told you to
fucking
stop
playing
playing with me.
Yeah.
Why would you say that to a
I feel
grown
like in the
man?
clip, I
Trash.
feel like he told him, like, look, I'm gonna do this for you, but don't do that bullshit you be doing with everybody else.
Yeah. He
If we
wanted him.
didn't see it,
He
we
won
can't say it.
because
We
he
didn't
tapped
see
him on
it,
the
we can't
shoulder
say it.
like, all right, man, look, you
Now you-
playing already.
now you
know
doing
what I'm saying?
too
You're doing
much.
too much. But go ahead, I'm gonna give you another shot. And dude still pulled it for likes and clicks. Guys, that's yoked up
He got a like and a click.
for sure.
So in the end though, when Buddy said, "Hey, my lawyer showed you some papers," then what? Was it really worth it? Man, I understand what y'all saying about boundaries and all these things, nice, fancy, pretty little things. But in the end, the system and society is set up to where you can rarely ever defend yourself without consequences.
Oh,
For
yeah.
real, on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Maino, I got no problem with nothing he did except the fact if you're okay with the repercussions, then cool. You know, Buddy's not brand new to this.
Right.
You've seen him do this before everybody. You just didn't want to be the one to say, man, he didn't get it off on me, you know what I'm saying? It was just not to your belt or some
Yeah.
shit. So now you stiff arm Buddy, choke him up. Man, the kid, I appreciate the lesson though. I'm a grown man. Treat me with grown man respect. You're a little boy. Stay in your lane, you know what I'm saying? I get you try to come up. And Maino's documented himself doing some different shit before. So let's not act like he's holier than thou. But there it is, this man, bro, come on. You ain't got to choke the motherfucker out. But off camera, when the camera go off, man, whoop that motherfucker ass.
Hey, let's
It's when you do it.
let's think macro, not micro. Let's
Yeah.
think. Good way to shift the culture and people's thinking.
Right.
He just took the L.
Hardcore.
He just
Saved a whole bunch of people from saying some
Maybe I
wild
won't do
stuff.
that
Yeah,
type
maybe I
of
won't
shit.
do that no more.
Yeah.
All the new YouTubers coming up, like, man, I'm gonna run up on artists and I'm gonna snatch their chain, but I'm gonna give it back. No,
That's how you
nigga.
die, though.
Don't do
That's
that.
how you die immediately.
I'm
You know what I'm
gonna tell a nigga I could beat his ass and see what happened. I'm
It do be funny when people be blowing wigs off, though. I'm like, you grown.
So what happened to Buddy?
But a woman will beat that ass.
I haven't
wig?
seen the wig snatchers.
Yeah.
They be like, snatch the wigs off. I'm like, oh, this what we on?
She done prepped that wig all morning. Boy, you asking for it. You know
It
what I'm
might
saying?
hurt a little bit too. Ain't they glue him down in the front? That shit hurt.
What y'all think happened to Buddy followers
Nah,
after that?
ripping out
It went
edges
up.
and shit.
Skyrocketed.
Wait, who? Maino or?
No, the little boy.
The little boy,
I
no,
think
they
both
went
of
up.
them went up. Don't
He went up.
Yeah, probably
Both
both.
of them went up. That's why somebody was like, oh, this is staged.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about a few female MCs, and then we're gonna get into just hip hop. Actually, before I go there, do you care that when they say female MC, or would you rather just be labeled an MC,
I would rather just be labeled an artist.
an artist? Right? Male, female doesn't really matter because I feel like you can get in the booth with the best of them. Let me be
Right.
very
Yeah.
frank.
Right.
Thank
I'd
you.
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
And I don't, and not to take nothing away, I just think that lyricism has grown beyond so much. I just would like to be labeled as an artist.
Okay, so with that being said, Eve. Or
I know
Trina?
that wasn't, I
Oh, it's
didn't
fine.
really go with it.
That was a political one.
It was like black or white. I'm like blue.
All right, so I'm gonna see where you at. Eve or Trina?
Eve.
I like that.
Queen Latifah or Lizzo?
Queen,
All
bro.
that.
I used to be in the mirror with the brush singing her shit.
Okay.
What's your favorite Queen song?
Oh God, you gonna take me there?
We can love. That's
No.
my favorite.
That's your
Mine's-
favorite?
Yeah, that's mine.
I think UNTY sits at the top of my Queen Latifah list.
Is that the only one you know?
No.
No, it's not
that's
the only
low
one
hanging
I
fruit.
know either, but
Nah,
that
but-
is one of my favorites.
Black Hand Side is like
No,
classic
because
album.
UNTY is still relevant to this day. To
Oh,
this
yeah.
day. To this
Nah,
day.
you know what
It don't-
though?
It never lost
Who you
relevancy.
calling?
Ladies First changed my life, G.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Ladies First changed the way I looked at myself and what I had to tolerate when I say, I was just raised to, be polite and,
Really?
yeah, I'd be like, man, but I don't like this shit.
Yeah, this doesn't feel right. Like I need to talk my shit. Yeah, get your shit off.
Motherfuckers be trying to sun you for being different and all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And that song made me feel
Act Michael B.
empowered.
Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Right. Try to stop him from being about his business back in high school. Look how that turned out.
Foxy or Remy?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why you do that?
That's a good parent.
And the next one finna
And
poke
they
your
don't
head up.
fucking like each other. I've definitely vibed to more Foxy than Remy, but I fuck with Remy. Remy got some hard shit.
All right. And I know this is unfair. All right, but I'm gonna see where your loyalty lies.
Oh,
Where your
nigga,
loyalty
you
lies.
ain't even got to question my loyalty. My shit's solid.
The Brad or Shauna
Shauna
all day.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else?
I mean,
That was a Final Four matchup right there.
Yeah, he didn't get it out.
yeah. I mean, and it ain't that I don't love the brat, but it's, me and sis.
Home squad, home rule.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion.
Cardi.
Okay.
You thought about this.
I did.
Cardi.
I'm trying to get some bullshit out of it. You know what I'm
Trying to
saying?
see.
Yeah.
Can I ask you why Cardi?
You know what? I fuck with Cardi as I like who she is. I
As a
like the
person.
woman she is.
Okay.
So I think Meg's a better rapper than Cardi, though. I think it's a mile between them when it comes to rapping. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason I think Meg
Well,
be
I
able to
think-
produce songs after Cardi's Invasion of Privacy, which is an awesome album. That shit was cold. But I think after that, I told everybody on Facebook, I said, bro, you're not getting another Invasion of Privacy ever from her. You might get a hit here or there, but Meg been able to produce album after album and continue to rap.
Yeah, I don't listen to Meg that much,
Gotcha.
in all honesty. And I cut her off because I don't want my daughter to hear her when she come on in the car.
There you go.
So she got a
So there's no Cardi
daytime.
either then, right?
Not certain songs slide through, certain songs don't. I'm talking about radio though. So
Okay.
of course I'm not throwing on a Meg or a Cardi album in the car with my daughter.
Yeah.
You talking about a mama that
point.
used to play fucking Kids Bop with her. I wouldn't even play some of my own shit. Be like, no, you can't get my own that. You can't get my own
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's music
But
influence.
that's why I say I'm looking at the person holistically. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if Cardi say some shit, she might be on fucking IG, which also is consumed. We all consume that shit too. That's why I say it's more than just the songs. She might be on IG the next day or a week later, like, this why the fuck I said that shit and blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, oh,
Now you get it.
I fucking get it.
I'm glad you brought
I
that
don't
up.
get that from Meg. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just be like, hot girl shit. I ain't mad at her. I'm not mad at her. It's just,
I get what you're saying. We had a conversation on this show a while ago, and we were at odds a little bit, but it's just it's all open for conversation. Like, my nephews, they could always listen to everything, but they knew to skip the curse words. You know what I'm saying? Because their dad and mom, hey man, you can listen to it, but be responsible with it though. They were shorties too though. You know what I'm saying? So you saying you don't let your daughter listen to certain music. I think the conversation came down to you have more influence over your child's upbringing than the media, the multimedia, the multifacets of the multimedia.
That's the goal.
Why would you not let your child listen to that? You know what I'm saying? If you really raising your child.
I
See what I'm
mean,
saying?
but you not just raising your child. Everything they're exposed to is raising them as well.
Is your-
the school you put them
my
in,
fault. I left something out. Your influence should be stronger than whatever outside has on your child.
that's cool, but they humans, right?
Facts.
Yeah, they humans and they make choices internally. And you want to try to put the right choices at the right step. So this is what we don't think about. We all go through stages of development. It's certain points in your life where you're not supposed to make certain type of decisions because you don't have the experience or the knowledge or understanding to really grasp what the fuck is happening
Come on,
and what
teacher.
you're choosing at that point in time in life.
Right.
So at certain ages, yes, nope. Don't bring that around her. Nope. Don't bring that. Nope.
Right.
Nope.
They
And
don't
then
have
she get a little
discernment.
older. We have conversations. She's making choices on her own based off my influences and what I'm telling her
bring
about
what you
life and what's
still-
true. Now I put you in this space.
Yeah.
And now make your choices. And I'm still watching them. And she fuck up and slip up and she human.
Right.
Right? And sometimes I'll be like, oh, what's that? I say, till you bust your ass, didn't you? I told you not to do that. You know what I'm saying? How that ass
But
bust
you can't
kids.
protect but you can't
wanna
protect
talk
your
about
kids from everything. You know, like the whole goal is to prepare them. And I can remember like before COVID, we didn't have internet, we didn't have television. They got all of that stuff at school, and they got like 2 hours at the library. I couldn't afford it. Like I didn't realize how poor we were. God's grace,
Won't he do
right?
it?
Like won't he do it? And so I can remember realizing how open-minded my kids were. Christmas came around. I said, what y'all want? All of them was like, I don't know. They didn't know the current songs. They didn't know what clothes was popping. They were just like kids and they had their own thoughts. And so they were like, socks? Like, we got everything that we need. And so when we move out south and now COVID comes and now they have to have devices and they have access to the internet, my life changed because I went from knowing these kids and they're kind of like now being influenced by music, by movies, by their friends. And I have to constantly remind them, you are not the song, right? You're not the video.
We knew that growing up.
You can't see something and think that that is what it is. So you have to be careful on setting that boundary, knowing like, okay, this is appealing to me, but don't embody it. It is not who you are. Watch your mind, because a lyric can become a mantra and a mantra can become your mission.
There you go.
And so somebody else is writing that bar and that's not your life. I said, baby girl, we not from the hood. Like I can't call up the folks. We ain't got people, I had to go up to the school because she was like, told somebody, yeah, bullets ain't got no names. I was like, what are you, what? Like, I was like, dear, I'm a scientist. What is you doing? And but she had been consuming all of this like rap music, and now she like super hard. While my son is over here listening to like the Bee Gees, and like
That's real shit.
totally different kids.
And it's music, so they feel it internally. We feel it physically. It impacts us and influences us. So I just feel like at a certain age, I'm blocking a lot of the bullshit. But I'm talking to you about it. I'm telling you what it is. And then as you mature and your development progresses, then you can make those choices. And then as you mature and you're ready for this environment, we parents, but we not the only influence that they get. If your kid ride the school bus, they influenced by the motherfucking kids, how they acting on the school bus. Like, you might have a kid that know not to curse around you and get out in public and be like, beat that bitch motherfucking ass if she ever. And your mama walk up on you like, oh, I'm about to give you all of that. Yeah. You know better. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they didn't get that from you. They didn't get that at home. But they consumed it somewhere else. It could be another shorty.
They code switching too.
Facts.
They code switching. They got their own little I be like, I'm not cool
you know what I do in the crib, right? I be quiet, right? They doors closed, right? And listen to them talk to their friends.
Yes.
And as soon as I hear a 4-letter word, hey, what the fuck? I didn't know you. I know. Right?
I'm always here.
Always, right? Yeah. So I want you to always think about who you are when you think I'm not around, right? Because if you're doing this and you think I'm not here, imagine when you know I'm not here.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Your kids will surprise you.
I'm always around. Know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't trust these guys. Fuck these kids.
Man, I saw a video of my child with doing some weird stuff. And then I heard an audio from her because everybody records. And I tell her, don't put nothing in writing, G. You texting people and sending. I'm like, don't do that. Don't give no evidence. And so they called me in. They were like, we want you to hear the audio. Damn, did I tell you? So I'm listening and I'm just like, oh, this is bad. Oh, you bitch ass motherfucker. And I was like, ooh, you're mean. Good too.
Tell you right now, from the bottom of my heart. Fuck these kids.
Low-key proud,
and
though.
I was embarrassed. I didn't know what to me. And she just looking at me. And she was like, can I say something? I said, yeah. She said, yeah, I said it. I was like, you're not helping. You're not helping. Thank you for speaking your mind. No more future for you.
Right. Let's go from Infamous Syndicate as a signed artist. What is that experience? And how did you leave that, get to radio, and then now teaching the youth?
So after we dropped our album with Relativity Sony, Relativity closed and they were moving all the artists to Loud. And they asked us, did we want to go to Loud? And we declined to go to Loud.
With Steve Rifkin and all that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But it wasn't about the opportunity. I think it was more so about just the way things were moving within our unit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, we started really young. And when you young like that, you get a lot of people around you, and you got people telling this artist one thing, people telling that artist one thing, and then eventually we got different goals and different aspirations and different views and, or visions of what our group should be doing. And I think I've always been a person, I kind of talked about this a minute ago, I've always been a person where I just don't like anything that feels uncomfortable to me.
Gotcha.
I will move myself.
Gotcha.
I will ghost a motherfucker so quick. Not saying I ghosted you, sis. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that at all.
Sean coming on too. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get to the bottom of this shit.
I'm saying that's how I a lot of times have dealt with conflict. I didn't like having hard conversations. Yeah, so I would just get quiet, and I think that just festered. And then what Shauna wanted to do, she was going to Atlanta a lot and working with Ludacris. So we ended up not going to Loud. And in the process, I was pregnant with my son as well around the same time. And I was at home, and Sundance left GCI, the A side and the B side. Radio. She left. And all my homies was DJs. I knew everybody. So it was like, they like, man, TEEFA, you should host the A side and the B side. And I thought them niggas was joking. And then Carla Boatner, she was the MD at the time. Elroy was the...
Elroy.
Yeah. Elroy was the PD at the time. She called me like, hey, you want to come in and air check to be on GC? I was like, get the fuck out of here. Who is this? I'm like, who is this? Somebody call me playing, man. Get y'all. She was like, yeah, my name is Carla Boner. So I ended up going in, did the air check, and then they offered me the show. And the rest is history with radio. I was at GCI for 9 or 10 years. Mm-hmm. Nice. Then I went to Power 92. And then I left Power 92 because I just felt like I wasn't feeling the music like that no more. And I'm all about my space. If I don't like what's happening in my space, I'm like, yeah, this shit over.
Slide out, you know what I'm saying? Gonna slide out.
So that's when I started producing The Basement.
Yep.
And then I syndicated The Basement. It was in like 7 or 8 markets.
Dope.
And I got bored. And I didn't like being managed by the management at the radio station. We have very different principles and values and goals in some areas. I'll say it like that. So I removed myself again. You know what I'm saying? While I was at Power, though, I had started the teaching shit around that time. The cluster manager at CPS was like, yo, you always training people at the radio stations. You always mentoring artists. Like, you should fucking teach. And I'm like, have you heard my mouth? I was like, I don't fit in there. And I went, and when I ended up going to Western House, that's where the first school I worked at, Janice Jackson was the principal. So this was before she was even over all of CPS. Okay. So I worked under her for like a year, and it was cool. And then right around that time, I started The Basement. And then I left because I was working every day doing The Basement. And I was working with Tony Schofield, too. Remember, he was on 106.3?
Yeah.
That's my bro. And after that, I left CPS to do the full-time thing and at the radio station. And then I ended up, they called me back and asked me to open a program at Al Raby High School on the West Side. So I went there for 3 years. And after that, I left and went downtown, and I was training all the broadcast and digital media teachers in Chicago.
Very cool. Wow.
I had some ideas around just ways to improve the curriculum, support teachers more effectively.
Oh, which we need.
And see better outcomes in the classrooms. And I was really big on certification. Like, my goal was to have students graduate with a certification to be hired and edit and make a living wage. So they make... My goal was to train teachers to certify students so they can make $35 an hour after high school.
I love that.
As a video editor, graphic designer.
That shit is real.
Whatever it was. So,
that,
and the market
Adobe is a motherfucker, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I did that work, and then COVID happened, and the teacher at Hyde Park retired. I was like, fuck. I was like, man, I grew up in that area. So that shit was personal to me. I'm like, man, this program been around 20 years. They gonna fuck around and close the program. I don't want that to happen.
You stepped up.
I stepped up.
You know, I hear all of that, and what I actually heard was, you've never had a job interview. Just say here, man. Come on, man.
Found some shade.
Come on. Yeah, we got you. That's just crazy. I love it though.
I had that realization though not too long ago. I was like, how do you really pursue? I'm looking at videos and I don't know. Yeah.
Hey,
that's
man.
really amazing though, man.
Yeah,
It's
real
like,
shit.
you know,
you are anointed. God is on your life.
I trust him to order my steps.
Yeah. That's
Praise him.
That's what's up.
Okay, come on, first Sunday.
In your journey from music, radio, and teaching, have you seen someone, male or female, was like, you know what, that's the next me? We had Ann on the show, we had Coast on the show, had several people on the show, and we always try to find out, hey man, shout out Coast, what's up, brother? Look here, you guys have an impact on the babies. I call them babies because their minds haven't matured. They can be 6'5", 300, but they be like 14, 15, y'all still a baby, bro. These kids is big now, though. They're humongous, pause. You know what I'm saying? But in them travels, you guys have an impact on the kids. So Coach said he kind of, not really, maybe. Ed said he saw a few, especially one. So I wonder if you've seen somebody that can be the next TEEFA that can go through life without a job interview, you know what I'm saying, still win.
Without a job interview.
In different areas. In radio, yes. Hot Rod.
Okay.
Hot Rod. His energy is amazing. It's magnetic to people and to youth. And his intentions are solid. And no matter what he's going through, he shows up at his very best. And those are different, principles that I try to live by.
Right.
Music, no.
Yeah, talk your shit.
I wasn't gonna say
Talk your shit. Bar heavy. You know what I mean? Stop playing with her.
Music, no. Teaching-wise, education-wise, it's interesting because I've never been on the path to be an educator.
Right.
That kind of just happened. And the youth that I see it in, they not on the path to be an educator either. But I see a lot of the same things in me, in them.
Good shit. So you gotta take somebody from here to make TEEFA, huh? Okay, cool. Gotcha. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I have a very unique skill set. I respect that. I'm grateful for that. I definitely acknowledge it.
We Chicago appreciate you for that though.
Thank you.
I know that to end up being a facilitator for teachers to empower students. I think that's like a brilliant strategy. We just found out that there's like 33 schools in Illinois that have kids that cannot read at their grade level and 55 that can't do math. Like 53%, I think, of Chicagoans have some mild form of illiteracy. Like that's the city that we live in right now. So education is so important. Did you just point to yourself?
Absolutely.
He said, I'm telling you, I'm having trouble articulating this. Y'all not listening.
I've been calling for help.
I'm amalgamating my words. I don't know why. Y'all wild.
But that's what I meant earlier too about like having so many different areas of my life that are so important to me. Now I want them all to
come together,
amalgamate. I want my work and my influence in music to help move and reform education in our city or in all the cities that are like ours. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
music is powerful. Like when I think about my homegirl wrote a book, What Would Jay-Z Do? Shout out Quinn.
Quinn, yeah, I fuck with Quinn.
Yeah. And to take Jay-Z's lyrics and put it into affirmations daily, right? So now you have a different relationship with Bossy over there, like, fuck that book.
It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah,
about
like, it just doesn't like Jay-Z.
It's not always, that's pretty much made
like
up.
that.
We're going to talk about it one day, though. We're going to talk about it one day.
He don't even know which way to wag his finger.
I know. Wine Sneed, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Dirk Diggler.
But to take music and to put it into a book, like some people don't read lyrics, right? And so now it also kind of helps with mindfulness. And so it moves hip hop into a space of kind of reflection. And so I teach a class, I teach trap yoga, and I teach a meditation class called Reflections Eternal. So the soundscape is intentional, but we take lyrics and we use those to prompt ourselves to ask ourselves deeper questions. So if you all were to say, do you have a line that you live by Is there a lyric from anybody's song that's kind of your mantra? And I'll kick mine's off. Mine's is, life's a script, I'm not an actor, I'm the author. And that's from, I think that's what, Jizza Cold World. Right? I don't know shit else about that song, and I'm quite sure they talk about selling dope and killing somebody. But like that line right there reminds me every single day that everybody has a story already written for me. I am a character in their story, but I'm the author of mine, and I reject that. And so I write my own story, and I don't let anybody edit it. And so when I get in those moments in my head, I go back to that lyric, you know, or I find a song, you know, that inspires me. So do you all have like a lyric?
That's a good one. The first thing that comes to mind for me is Nas. I got no game, but some bitches understand my story. That was just my shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Original that though.
Mine's is gonna be a lyric soon. Cause it's just been it's what I've been telling myself these past since I've been putting music out again. And I'm just like, I gotta find
so
my
this
place
is unreleased.
for it. Yes.
Ooh.
I'm not the competition, I'm the inspiration.
That's gold.
It's just a reminder in every area of my life. In rap, from what we were talking about earlier with, you know, the competition amongst women and the choices that we have to make, you know, doing things that make question our I'm not the competition, I'm the inspiration.
Love that.
As a teacher, I've been a hip hop artist in a academic setting. You know what I'm saying? And I for a long time I felt like I didn't fit, but I had the strongest connection to the students. And move students probably the most in areas that would actually impact them after high school. I'm not the competition, I'm the inspiration. You know what I'm saying?
I'm taking that.
That's
Taking that.
That's real,
Yeah.
you know, and even just understanding and living in the times that we living in right now, and all the different shit that's happening in our world, and the ideas and things, how it's changing from what was traditional, and a lot of times the traditional shit that we were raised, you know, to believe or told to do wasn't right. I'm not the competition. I ain't competing with what it was.
Yeah.
I'm the inspiration. So that's something that I want to use. I want to pin that.
I love that.
I think I know for a fact we all hear music differently. So I don't have one line or a set of bars, you know what I'm saying, I can pull from, but I have a top 5 songs that I think have been relevant to me.
And clearly you have top
influenced
5 lip gloss. What is
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Good old cocoa butter.
You got Mac on your lips. What you put that on there?
Good old cocoa butter. It's like, no,
Coming for you, son.
when your lips this big, you can't be chapped up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely can't.
Can't be
That is
chapped
the
up.
no alternative.
I
Don't
gotta
malik
take care
your
of 'em.
bus, man.
Oh, shit.
I love you, cousin.
Number one for me is and I choose these songs because of the relatability, and because every time I hear these songs, it's like every day I hear these songs in my mind, whether I play them or not. They have influenced me as a youngster to an adult, and I think the message of these songs never changed and they never went away. And they can be applied every day to people everywhere. I don't give a fuck how old you are. Number 1 was Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5, The Message. That's my number 1 song of all time. It influenced me so much, I can't explain how, because it's a show. Number 2 was KRS-One, Love's Gonna Get You.
Okay, all right.
Number 3
that's a
was
classic.
Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. Now, a quick spiel on that because I've never heard a rapper speak softly about women in the way he did without romanticizing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a mom's boy, so that really hit me differently. You know what I'm saying? Number 4 was Grand Pooba and Brand Nubian, Slow Down. And number 5 was Roots, What They Do, because it really taught me about, you know, hey man, like you said, I said they got it bad, you said they don't, and what you said made way more sense. Hey man, they might not really have it like that, you know what I'm saying? So really be true to you, and the essence of what you're doing will always shine. It'll be your fruit, that'll be your currency. You know what I'm
Basically,
saying?
this episode needs a Spotify playlist. That's what it sounds like.
Man, you just dropped some heaters.
Right. I'm like, my God. Like,
Y'all some
I want to hear
heaters.
all of them right now.
The KRS One, love's gonna get you.
That's my shit right there.
Love's gonna get you. Love's gonna
Hey,
get you.
man, great articulation from AB today.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do that well.
He's here today.
I'm part of
He's here
50% that suffer from illiteracy. That's me. I had my 15 seconds to shine and I did it.
We ain't gonna take too much more of your time, but there is an ongoing conversation on the corner.
Come on now.
It's important that we highlight our tastemakers, our influencers, the people who really move the culture. And with that being said, what is culture?
It's a multitude of things.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. So I would say culture is in our dialect. Culture is in our fashion. Culture is in the how do I say this? It's in our dance. It's in everything that we assume to be true and to represent us and make us who we are. It's in our books. It's in our films. It's a lot. That's a really dope, very hard to pinpoint one thing. Question. It's hard to give it one solid answer.
Whatever it is to you, right?
Yeah.
Certain people, I get different answers. That's why
I think culture is how we embrace each other. You know what I'm saying? The way we all embraced each other here today is reflective of our culture. I know you. I didn't know them. Amazing energy. Man, it's so much. It's our music. It's a lot.
Facts.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. As we sit here amongst legends.
The culture.
And
Chicago
so
culture.
much.
my
history
God,
around
you know,
it.
like art and music and, you know, production and DJs and rappers and singers and stylists. Like we haven't even got on like fashion and how that influences in those connections and comedy. It is Chicago culture is something so very special that you can leave this city. And it's not like we're trying to make little Chicagos, but we take that love
Facts.
with us. So I didn't know there were other house picnics like in California and Atlanta that are from people from Chicago.
Chicago.
You know, but there's so geographically Chicago sits almost like in the same place if it were a body that the heart would be, right? And so what does the heart do? The heart it transforms, and it moves oxygen around to every other part of the body. And so there's something very special about our politics, about our fashion, about our music, about our influence just in Black culture.
That was cold.
And global culture. It feels like that because it is real. We are in a very, very special place. And as I see, it almost feels like a renaissance. Like when you see like what's going on with like business and music and film and development, and people are just doing. Like we're not waiting for like investors to come in and save us.
Right.
Like we're literally creating. We're in a house that 3 people decided we're not gonna let the history of what it is created us die, and we're also still creating.
Love it.
You know what? I want to add one thing onto that. I love everything that you just said. And I'm really thinking about specifically, well, I'm going to say Chicago and Black culture is our principles. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what we stand on and what we not having. And I think that it's things that are understood that don't even have to be said.
Yep.
And if you don't understand the culture, then you won't get it.
Yeah, you got to be in it. You got to be a part of
Yeah.
it. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
This is the corner combo.
One second. You know, because she is in the game. She's solidified in the game. We have to ask her. We've asked everybody else that influences Chicago, and her influence stretches out just like those others. What is your top 5
Oh, my top
Chicago rap albums? Not including you, because you would be number 1.
5. Yeah, I probably would.
I see why y'all friends.
I'm going to say Twister, Adrenaline Rush.
Fire.
Overdose. That shit still.
Oh, my mama.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to say Shauna's first album,
Yes.
Worth the Wait. I'm going to say, what else I'm going to say? Kanye West, College Dropout. The rest of them are really Kanye West albums. But I got 3 left. Kanye West, College Dropout. I want to think of something else.
That's a bold statement. The last 3 is Kanye.
I'm a
some
Ye
good shit out here.
fan though.
Me too.
It is some good shit out here. What else can I say that I'm trying to remember? I'm gonna go
We'll
back.
throw boomerangs out here. I think we had this, who asked Leon Scoop and maybe somebody else, Coast maybe. We had a version of Comment on here somewhere.
Oh,
You had a version of Comment on here somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm like,
thank you.
He right behind you. He right on your left shoulder right there.
Huh?
He right there on your left shoulder.
looking at you. And y'all matching right here. Like, what you
And I'm on the picture, G. At the bottom in the corner.
Let's go.
Which Common album is it where he got the joint on there? It's a frantic situation.
Yeah,
like what?
It's a frantic.
I think it is
like
for like
Water
Water
for
for Chocolate. Yeah.
So that joint and his first album, of course,
Can I borrow $1?
Yeah, that was that, and then seeing him shoot videos on 87th Street, like that
It's
inspired
different.
me.
Yeah.
I grew up over there. Like I grew up on 86 in Wildback.
He used to be up in Simeon playing ball. It was so fun.
It's crazy. I remember going to a kid's party and he showed up, and I was like, I could rap.
Wait, was you a shorty
I
after
spit my
party?
kitty rap. I had on these big ass pants.
Not the motherfucker.
Probably like I was standing in a pillowcase. That's what was popping back then. I was spitting my shit. He was like, Shorty cold. Shorty no.
I think
me a hot
also
dog.
on my list though I had they got put on for my guys, but I think their album was really impactful on bringing light to Chicago was Crucial Conflict, Final Tick.
Flick for sure.
what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah. That's a great fifth.
what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
great fifth. They broke a lot of barriers down for Chicago with that record too. Yeah, shout out to the Flick. And that album, they perform those songs today.
Today.
Yes.
To the day.
They was up north and it was a show and it was like kids there. Everybody smoking weed. I'm like, where am I at?
I don't know too many people that perform music and send the whole deck up like that.
Yeah.
Every time.
They won.
Every time.
I think these guys had a Lupe album on there. They had Lupe on there as well.
I fuck
didn't,
with
but I
Lupe
fuck with Lupe too, though. But he
Yeah,
didn't make
I
my
fuck
top 5. Honorable mention all the way because he can
Honorable
definitely rap.
mention,
yeah.
Love you, Lupe.
His concept albums be off the concept albums. He can do this shit really, really good.
Lupe is
For real.
amazing. He's an amazing,
got some
and I
great
love what
artists.
he's doing academically with hip hop.
Yeah, he in
know
the
what I'm
colleges
saying?
now, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a professor. I love that.
We trying to get you down there to
Dr.
the colleges.
Yeah,
All right, okay, cool.
I mean, I got my master's. I got my master's, so
To teach these babies this shit. Come on now.
yeah,
They need
I'm
it.
definitely with it. Like I said, everything got to amalgamate.
Oh, I love that word. Can you spell it for me?
No.
No, let's do it. AMAL
Fact check this, please.
GAMATE. Gotta be
Double I.
I'm gonna say yes.
AC blows.
You gonna say
There
that
you go.
say yes.
I might have fucked up an A, but
There's another A in there somewhere.
I never heard the word to this day though, so I can't say shit.
Oh, next show, Ghetto Spelling Bee.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I like that.
For
Oh, I
sure.
need a video for that.
Let's do it.
That's busting.
Hey, man, it's the Corner Convo, man. Episode 138. Shout out to TEEFA, man. It's going down. We appreciate y'all, man.
Legendary.
Thank y'all for having
No,
me.
thank you for coming. For real, for real.
This is great.
Tap in with us, man. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. You know what I mean?
But y'all know who we are. Don't even worry about
we
it.
moving and shaking out here, man. It's for Chicago. We out.
We picking up some shit today from 312 Awards.
Dope.
Yeah, so sounds good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is dope. I had one too many drinks last night, and I was like,
It's come together.
the last